My name is Oyita Udiani. I'm an applied mathematician and postdoc here at the National Institute for Mathematical and Biological Synthesis. My research focuses on understanding how individual level processes produces collective patterns in social and biological systems. So at NIMBioS, I'm developing a framework to study learning in biological games where individuals have cognitive constraints that limit what they can know about others. So a game is just a mathematical description of a situation where individuals have to make decisions that potentially conflict with the interest of others. So for instance, if I was playing a game of tennis, I have a choice of whether to serve to the left or to the right. But obviously the best option for me depends on what my opponent is going to do. In the same way, animals play games with each other. In this case, they are competing over access to food, mating site, territory, and the outcomes of these games is going to determine the ability to survive and reproduce. And one question that biologists are interested in is how learning evolves in such populations. Specifically, what are the behavioral rules or heuristics that they use to solve these most basics of problems. So there are many examples of games in nature that involve learning. One that I'm particularly interested in occurs in the species of wasp. So in this particular game, newly mated queens can decide to start a colony by themselves or collaborate with a partner. A queen who starts a colony by herself has access to all the offspring, but she's potentially vulnerable to predators or others who might try to take her nest. By collaborating with a partner, queens can jointly repel predators, but this is potentially costly for the individual because larger queens will dominate resources within the nest over smaller ones. So this creates a potential conflict about what to do at the start of a nesting season for an individual queen. When we look in nature, we observe that there are some individuals that use a fixed tactic. So there are some individuals that are always found by themselves and others collaborate. But there are few individuals who wait until they've interacted with other queens before making a decision. Now, if you think about what goes into making a good decision, an individual queen might need to estimate what proportion of the population is solitary versus social, and how many of them are in a better physical condition than she is. But getting this information is costly, particularly because it changes over time in a stochastic manner, we say, during the course of a nesting season. So in conclusion, my work at NIMBioS will be looking at developing heuristic models of learning to understand how a simple animal, like a wasp, goes about solving these complex decision problems in their environment.
For more information about postdoctoral fellowships at the National Institute for Mathematical and Biological Synthesis, visit our website at www.nimbus.org.